What's going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue, and I have some devastating news for you DC fans out there. And I could say DC fans in general because I think whether or not you were a fan of what came before in the Zack Snyder era of DC, or you're excited for what's coming after, I think all of us could agree that Henry Cavill was the epitome of the Man of Steel. And it was just announced by both Henry himself and James Gunn via Twitter, along with a string of other revelations, that Henry Cavill is no longer going to be playing Superman. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. First, let's go ahead and take a look at his comments. Twitter is a storm right now, but this is what he posted on Instagram. I was minding my own business, feeding my son dinner, and I check Instagram and I see this post from Henry Cavill. I'm obviously on Twitter right now. I'm gonna click it and see. I'm gonna read it for you guys right here. I know it's really small on the screen. It says, "I have I have just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it's sad news, everyone. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to announce my return back in October, prior to their hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. For those of you that have been by my side through the years, we can mourn for a bit, but we must remember Superman is still around. Everything he stands for still exists, and the examples he sets for us are still there. My turn to wear the cape has passed, but what Superman stands for will never will. It's been a fun ride with you all, onwards and upwards." So, very classy statement from Henry Cavill, my favorite Superman of all time. I was sad. I was really sad to read this. We're gonna get into what James Gunn has been saying. My initial reaction to this was, um, essentially this right here. Oh, well, that was a different tweet. Darren tweeted that earlier, but here. I said, with the toxicity amongst the fandom lately, I've been mentally ready for this news. I'm finding it hard to believe that Gunn can give us a better Superman than Henry Cavill, and I'm even less confident any future Superman movie will be better than Man of Steel. And I'm going to stick by that. Man of Steel, as you all know, if you've been following me, is my favorite superhero movie of all time. And then mixed bag of emotions. I also tweeted out, if Henry Cavill Superman is gone, then cancel Peacemaker. Matter of fact, cancel the rest of this DC slate coming out. What the F are we even wasting our time with, man? As you know, Aquaman is supposed to be coming out. The Flash is coming out. Supposedly, Henry Cavill had a cameo in The Flash, and they just did a test screening where they removed the cameo because of probably this situation right here. And then lastly, I said, I'm mad about the potential Zack's universe could have been. I understand why they're essentially choosing to reboot. Made a mistake there. But the most frustrating thing is that we have 3 DC movies coming out knowing that none of this really matters anymore. And ultimately, do I know if it really matters anymore? No, I'm not. I don't. I don't know what interconnectedness James Gunn may pull in the future. Hey, maybe in the future they even bring back some of the original Justice League cast in some sort of crisis event and give us a proper send-off. That might be all well and good, and man, that does sound cool, but at the time, at this current moment, it hurts to see Henry Cavill be put into this situation, not only because of what he's done recently. You know, he recently gave up his role as Geralt, I forgot to say his name, in The Witcher, seemingly to focus on Superman. He just had publicly announced it just a few posts right before his post. And then we get this news from James Gunn. On the other hand, like I said, James Gunn is in a hard situation. If I've said it on previous videos, if I was him, I would reboot this whole thing because the fans are so divided right now. Whichever side you're on, fans are crazy divided. And, the easiest and most cleanest way to go about this, addressing this issue, is to reboot. So again, I understand what he's doing. Not something I would be happy. It's not something I'm happy about. I wish him, being the smarter guy, getting paid the big bucks, I wish he could have found a better way to integrate what fans love alongside what he plans to put out in the future. I'm sure there were ways, but we got what we got. It's out there now, and the hard part is out. The funny thing is yeah, we have the DC has 3 movies to promote. Um, he recently just posted about Blue Beetle, but he hasn't said anything about Black Adam, which is currently still playing in some theaters around the world, I think. So, man, I saw someone tweet out, "Someone go check on The Rock." That was pretty funny because, man, The Rock, he did his thing. The movie wasn't very good, but he really fought for Henry Cavill. Now let's go look for James Gunn. I'm sure I liked one of his. I'm sure I liked one of his. And there's a whole Patty Jenkins situation too. I'll talk about in a little bit. But all right, here we go. James Gunn's tweet. It's a thread, so check it out, guys. It says, Peter and I have a DC slate ready to go, which we couldn't be more over the moon about. We'll be able to share some exciting information about our first projects at the beginning of the new year. Man, it's not going to be looking good for you for the next few months, man. So he says, among those on the slate is Superman. He said that Superman is important to him in the past. In the initial stages, our story will be focusing on the earlier part of Superman's life, so the character will not be played by Henry Cavill. Devastating. But we just had a great meeting with Henry, and we're big fans, and we talked about a number of exciting possibilities to work on in the future. Again, if it doesn't involve Superman, then I don't care about whatever he could be in the DC universe anymore. Dude, hopefully HBO does some sort of prequel series with Aegon the Conqueror, and he can play a Targaryen conquering Westeros. That would be awesome. Or go to Marvel. Marvel, give him a role, because this guy is wasted right here. Just look at the man. Anyways, he says, he's going to make a Superman. He's currently writing the Superman movie, focusing on Superman in an early part of his life. So that's going to negate the best superhero movie, in my opinion, of all time, Man of Steel, because that was essentially his first day on the job. And if he's going to focus on an earlier part of Superman's life, in which he's probably becoming Superman, he says it's not going to be an origin story, down somewhere in the tweets here, but it's going to be a totally different feel, a look and feel. I know I was ready for the evolution of the Superman character, or the exploration of the character in a different light, much akin to what we got in Man of Steel, and I wanted to see more of that. I don't want to go back to, if you look at James Gunn's, comic book sensibilities, very light, very comedic, whether it's your type of comedy or not. I just watched the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. It was fun. A lot of the comedy doesn't really land with me, just like in Peacemaker, comedy doesn't land with me. I'm sure he's going to, I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't direct the movie. Maybe he'll write it, and maybe someone will direct it better. I'm hoping the best for his Superman movie, by the way, but good luck to the actor who's going to replace Henry Cavill, man, because that guy epitomized Superman. And he's still, man, this is crazy. Anyways, says he's been writing for a while, doesn't know who he's directing yet. Okay, and it's not going to be an origin movie. Here it goes. Crazy thing right here, guys. He says he met with Ben yesterday, precisely because he wants to direct. We want him to direct. We just have to find the right project. So, again, Ben Affleck, most likely gone as Batman. Gal Gadot, most likely, well, we'll see. It's gone as Wonder Woman. I mean, she's going to be in Shazam, the sequel to Shazam, so. But there's a whole Patty Jenkins situation that's currently happening, so. Wow, okay. So I think that was most of his thread. Yeah, that was some of the bigger yeah. Most people, I don't think anyone is happy on Twitter. I don't think anyone's happy on Twitter right now. This is dude. Yeah, it's a firestorm right now. It's a firestorm on Twitter right now, guys, and I totally understand the whole situation. Just to quickly touch on this is about Henry Cavill Superman, but to quickly touch on the Patty Jenkins situation, she recently came out and said, look, I didn't walk away from the project. I was under the assumption that even though I would be willing to talk and kind of edit the project, work with the people to edit this project or edit my script, she was under the assumption that no, as it stands, we're not going to move forward with you. So it was that's the tone or message she got. So again, I've said it in my tweets. I'm okay with her leaving. I didn't like what she did with Wonder Woman 1984. I don't like when I hear her in interviews. I don't like the direction she wants to go in. I respect her. Just don't want to see her on board for Wonder Woman. Love Gal, hope she stays, but that was my opinion on that. But this whole um, there's some people that totally understand that what James Gunn had to do. I'm kind of in that camp, but I'm still devastated. I wish they could have found a better way to at least maybe even send off these characters versus just give us this news right now, especially when I was somewhat excited to see the Flash movie, believe it or not, because I heard Henry Cavill shot a cameo. You know, Jason Momoa in the past several months has been excited about people coming back. Ben Affleck was seen on set of WB. So I was excited. I was excited for these upcoming projects. Now I'm not excited. Now I'm just like, all right, I'm going to be throwing my money away, investing my energy into these characters I love, and they're no longer going to be with us after this. And I forgot to say that, Boss Logic put this out on my own Twitter, but Boss Logic put it's kind of similar to the Superman, the Spider-Man, the famous Spider-Man image where he has the suit in a dumpster, and it was super sad just with looking at that. But one thing I wanted to point out was that Henry Cavill's post, I can't pull it up right now. On Henry Cavill's post, I wanted to see who else posted this. We got Zachary Levi. He probably sees the writing on the wall here. It says, "Hope to catch you in another universe, sir." And Pride of Gypsies, if you guys know, is Jason Momoa, says, "Love you, brother." All he has to say. He probably knew what was going on. Super sad, super sad. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Devastating news. Again, good luck to James Gunn writing this new. Again, people are going to be mad at him, but he's not in an easy position. You know what I'm saying? There's no person who could, especially given the state of the fans right now, he was going to get flack no matter what. If he kept James Gunn, people would have criticized him. If he took him off, if he wiped the slate clean, he's going to get criticism. So might as well rip the Band-Aid off now. I am happy that he's more transparent, very transparent, interacts with fans on Twitter, but almost to its detriment, to the point where I'm like not excited for the Flash anymore. I'm not excited for Aquaman or Shazam. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys have any theories about James Gunn's future plans? Do you think he will eventually bring the original Justice League cast and sort of crisis event for the DC multiverse? Or do you think they're just gone forever and there's no send-off and James Gunn's just going to do his thing? Let me know your thoughts on all of that in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys in the next video. Please subscribe. Like the video, by the way. And see you guys later. Peace.